want free life, and I want fresh air, and I long for the gallop after the cattle, and their frantic flight like the roar of battle. The melee of horns and hooves and heads that wars and wrangles and scatters and spreads. The green beneath and the blue above, and dash and danger and life and love. And Lasca. Lasca used to ride on a mouse gray Mustang close to my side. With blue serape and bright-belled spur, I laughed with joy as I looked at her. Little she knew of books or of creeds, and Ava Maria sufficed her needs, and little she cared except to be by my side, to ride with me, and ever to ride, from San Sabas shore to Lavaca's tide. She was as bold as the billows that beat. She was as wild as the breezes that blow. From her little head to her little feet, she was swayed in her suppleness to and fro. With each gust of passion, a sapling pine that clings to the edge of a bleeding bluff and wars with the winds when the weather is rough is like this Lasca, this love of mine. She would hunger that I might eat. She'd take the bitter and leave me the sweet. But once, when I made her jealous for fun at something I'd whispered or looked or done, one Sunday in San Antonio, to a glorious girl in the Alamo, she drew from her garter a dear little dagger, and sting of a wasp, it made me stagger. An inch to the left or an inch to the right, and I wouldn't be carrying on here tonight. But she smiled, and weeping so quickly bound her torn rebosa about the wound that I quite forgave her. Scratches don't count in Texas, down by the Rio Grande. Her eye was brown, a deep, deep brown, and her hair was darker than her eye. Something in her smile and frown, curled crimson lip and instep high, showed that there ran in each blue vein, mixed with the milder Aztec strain, the vigorous vintage of old Spain. She was alive in every limb, from her feeling to her fingertips, and when the sun is like a fire and the sky one shining soft sapphire, one does not drink in little sips. The air was heavy and the night was hot, and I sat by her side and forgot the herd that was taking its rest, and forgot the air that was close pressed, that the Texas norther comes without warning in the dead of night or the dawn of morning. And once let the herd at its breath take fright, nothing on earth can stop its flight. And woe to the rider and woe to the steed that falls in front of that mad stampede. I thought I heard thunder, and my Lord, we sprang to the saddle, and without a word, one foot on mine, and she clung behind and away on a wild chase down the wind. Never was the fox chase half so hard, never was steed so little spared. For we rode for our lives, and you shall see how we fared in Texas, down by the Rio Grande. The Mustang flew and we urged him on. You have one chance left and you have but one. Halt, jump to the ground, shoot your horse, hide under his carcass and take your chance. And if the steers in their maddening course don't batter you both to pieces at once, you may thank your star, or else goodbye. To the quickening kiss and the long-drawn sigh, to the balmy air and the open sky, to Texas and the Rio Grande. Cattle gained on us, and just as I felt from my old six-shooter behind in my belt, down came the Mustang and down came we, clinging together. And what was the rest? A body clung itself across my breast. Two arms covered my dizzying head. Two lips close to my lips were pressed. And there came thunder in my ears, as over us surged a sea of steers. Blows that beat blood in my eyes, and when I could rise, Lasca was dead. I gouged out a grave a few feet deep, and there in earth's bosom I laid her to sleep, and there she's lying, and no one knows, neath summer sun and winter snows. Full many a day the flowers have spread a pall of petals over her head, and the little gray hawk hangs aloft in the air, and the sly coyote trots here and there, and the black snake glides and glitters and slides into the rift of a cottonwood tree, and the buzzard sails on and comes and is gone, stately and still like a ship at sea. and I wonder why. I do not care for the things that are as the things that were. Does half my heart lie buried there in Texas, down by the Rio Grande?